What's up? Wednesday, 9 o'clock my time in Tennessee. We did Woodland AKM4 micros. These are all right hand. I do have some left hands from the last run over there. Got a shotgun rig up there, Coyote AKM4s and Coyote stacked micro rigs, which also do AKM4 mags in Coyote. There are some Powell's micros back there, 8 column multicam black day packs, Woodland mini packs, grocery bags. I do have a medical backpack remaining there. Butt packs, OD with black, random hydro carriers down there, all kinds of EDC organization and pouches, pocket organizers and such. Would you look at that? What could that be? Any nods? Yes. When I fall asleep, my head nods off. Not for sale. We don't do any night vision. Don't fuck around. Get some legit night vision. TNVC. Just buy their product. You're never going to be like, man, I wish I didn't buy this good night vision. A lot of people asking about night vision aren't really aware and up on night vision. You can buy a, $4,000, dual tube or whatever. Well, can you really though? You're going to have more in your helmet, suspension system, mounts, all that stuff, right? By the time you're really done with it, you're 15, 20 grand. Unless you just buy a used AMPVS 14 or something, single tube, and just hold it up to your eyeball. I have some 7 Bravos also. I've got all kinds of night vision. I grab the 7 Bravos pretty frequently just for looking outside to see what the dogs are barking at. Jim Richards, what's up? Big Uso, what's up? Rickster, what's going on? Jim B, Scott Whitner, how are you? Tim B, full live notification on YouTube tonight. Great, Brian Frazier, what's up, man? Wyatt, Chase, Toy Town, AG, I don't know where it went. AJ Harrison, what's up? Big O, Sutcliffe, what's going on? Hosfeld, what's up? Barrett, what's going on? Isaac, Sarah, how are you? What's out here? This is out here. What is this? OD 308s. OD AKM4 micros. Woodland mini pack pouches, I'm guessing are those. Woodland small Velcro backed. Woodland large Velcro backed. Mesh pockets. Coyote something. Oh, butt packs. Sand socks right over here. A lot of belts down today. Little deviant. Free bags. Those are Christmas bags there. Nalgene bottle pouches. Rallyman magazine pouches. Patrol subloads and OD. Those are done. A couple more day packs. Orange grocery bags. Did you miss some mass casualty bags? I have some. What color do you want? Clave, what up? Purchased several items from you guys. Couple tech vests and very well made. Tim B, thanks for the orders, man. Thank you for your patronage. Got a few Coyote visor covers remaining. Mass casualty aid bags. Multicam black and red. Jarhead Acres, what's up, man? John, what's up? Crueler. Any plans? Dual tool totes. What color you want, David? Rural 2IC. Check out that dude's YouTube page. Go ahead and jump over there real fast. Give him a follow so you start seeing his notifications and lives. Just jump off of here, head over there, give his page a like and follow over there, and then you can come back over here. This is some of the product I've been using. I actually buy this shit. I am not hooked up. I don't have any sponsor with them. I don't even have an affiliate code. Their product is very good. What did you ask about? Dual totes. Woodland. I have Woodland available. Appreciate you guys keeping up the text messages. Yeah, that's a good way to communicate. We put one out every evening. My wife handles that. Like the OD, but not picky. I swear I looked at the website and there were none. Mark, what are we talking about? Maybe that's why I have them sitting here. Maybe there are none on the website. Do you do anything in particular to get ready for winter with your rabbits? Chase, every year I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that bullshit. And every year I spend about $1,000 on straw, and I'll put tarps over their cages and all kinds of bullshit. They eat the straw, they shit all over it, turn it into concrete, and don't utilize any of the warmth. I built a lean-to. We got baby sheep out on the ground right now, and it's going to be 24 here tonight. It was 24 this morning when I made the video outside, and I made a lean-to, put straw in it, and the sheep don't even look at it. They're nowhere even near it. And if I took it and moved to where they are, they wouldn't use it. No, I'm not doing shit with the rabbits. Rabbits grow hair, like they grow a winter coat. They really don't need anything. Multicam Black Red Thread Woodland says sold out on the website. We have a bunch of Christmas orders. Hey, Woodland dual tool tote. Look it up. See if they're committed or if they just never made it online. I've got a bunch back there. My suspicion is they're in that stack of orders I haven't pulled yet because we're not boxing them because we have to write on all the boxes. So every one of those, we'll pull one of those orders and ship. Llamas and alpacas only go to the barn when it's raining. Exactly, man. Exactly. Dude, I've got 10 by 10 dog kennels. We have dog loos, which are fucking $250 now for a dog loo. I think that's about what they are. We put straw in there.
Committed, you got 5.
Committed? Okay, yeah, they're spoken for. We build up walls inside out of straw. We build like an igloo inside out of straw. And you'll come out in a ice storm, and the dogs will be sleeping out in the ice. They have never one time used any of that straw or any of the insulation anywhere. Kiwi, what's up? Did I hear Amanda say the olive oil is not good for your health? No, I don't think she said that. I am of the belief that most of the olive oil you guys are buying is absolute horseshit. There's a ton of corruption to it. Same with any of it. Like, do you believe that the Tyson chicken you buy is actually chicken or doesn't have a bunch of bullshit? I think that we should question everything.
Yeah, what I said is that the olive oil, most of it is rancid by the time it's even on the store shelf.
Buy me a Wildfire pre-workout.
They add a bunch of bullshit to make it so that you don't know that it's rancid.
I don't know, Wildfire pre-workout. Just go there and...
You want me to send it to you again?
No, I want you to order it right now. Oh. Mike Tyson chicken. That's pigeons. Olive oil mafia. Yeah, that's a real thing, guys. Look that up. If you haven't heard of all the shit that goes around with olive oil, that's a deep rabbit hole. Like, there is some shady shit around olive oil. Just discovered the creamer for my coffee is loaded with soybean. Oh, fuck yes it is. That's why you're growing titties. Yep.
That's why I use heavy cream.
Heavy cream. Get a cow shell. Get a milk separator. Deliver live animals to Tyson. It's cows, though. I just discovered the creamer. Mike Tyson, Amanda. Can I put 2 rifle mag cards in a tool tote? Need to carry mags without banging around in a bag. Could you put 2 rifle mag cards in a tool tote? No. You could put them in a tool carrier.
Or a tool bag.
Or a tool bag would be great. Mass casualty aid bag. Mass casualty bag is what we're talking about. I'll look again when I get to the house. Got it. Multicam Blackwoods, Red Thread, Woodland. I don't think it has red thread. I'm having several conversations here, obviously. One of the people on my page wants teal material to make some stuff. Yeah, I can't help her. We buy direct from the manufacturer, and they stopped making it. So we started buying from several middlemen. We ordered some 70 some yards, paid for it. They got back to us and said, we have like 10 yards. They're not making it. Cordura, like just they've stopped. Everything is shutting down, all kinds of shit. So I don't have anything material wise to part with. She should be able to find it in a different type of material at Michael's, Joann's, or something like that. But we need all of it. Like we build a ton of stuff, and I've got committed orders already to it. I heard you say that was Amy. Is it Amy Dingman? Living Free, Tennessee. What's up? I don't know why anyone would want to work for someone who expects them to find their own way. Baffling. It is crazy. And the little virtue signalers in there is fucking insane. It's what's even more of a trip. All of the people that we employ, they don't live in Camden. They drive 45 minutes to an hour to come to work. I don't think I have a single fucking person here that lives in Camden that didn't move to Camden to come work here. I have people that live in Camden that work here who moved here from other states. But motherfuckers that live 10 minutes from here piss and moan that there's not an address. You know what they also weren't going to do? They weren't going to come to fucking work. And you see all them bitches on there talking about he didn't put the address and what are the hours and what are the benefits? So you're telling me you work 16 hours someplace. You've worked 16 years someplace. And you can't fucking manage to get here. If you work 16 hours someplace and you're willing to leave there, you're a shitty fucking employee. 16 years, you're a shitty employee. Or you're not performing and I'm not going to pay you more than they're paying you. But more importantly, let's just start with during business hours while you're at work, you're involved on a thread on social media talking shit to a company. So you're a paid employee of another company while you're on their clock doing this bullshit. Just show up with a shovel. What's the tan roll that's on the floor under the gear rack? I don't know. I don't have a fucking clue, man. You tell me, what is it? What's it look like? There's gear racks all over this motherfucker. Vance, what's up, man? Hoss GS. I need you to type out how to pronounce your name. Is it hostages? Is it hogs? I'm sure that I missed it the other night when I asked, but I never did catch that. People, no, they don't want to work. Every day, who's hiring? Maybe you shouldn't have had, fuck off tattooed on the side of your head. People don't realize, especially in these closed Facebook groups, when you're in there asking for a job, all we have to do is click on your picture and it shows us every post. So when you're asking for a job, I'm like, hey, what can I find out about this person? Oh, I see that she complains and talks shit and is a fucking victim every day and has over 100 posts doing that. Maybe that's why nobody's fucking hiring you. Because they're going to be the next person you're talking shit about. Group of bags that roll together. I don't know, man. You're making this really fucking difficult. I have a website. I have tons of product that people manage to order every day. I don't know. I don't have a clue. Bags that roll together. Are you talking about that thing? I have visor covers here. Fake tattoos, no. I don't give a shit. Brandl's got fucking tattoos all over his head. Fucking one of the best dudes I fucking know. One of the best dudes I'm involved with. Tattoos all over him. Like, I just say that as maybe you should have thought first, before you had fuck off tattooed on your fucking cheek. Do something no one else wants to do. Just to add value, man. Show up. I hired a dude. I had a guy that wanted to come work for me. And how long did Hugo come up? A year, right? A solid year. He would come in on Monday. Are you hiring? I'm like, I'm not. Come back next week and I'll see what I have. Yep. For a year, in the ice, in the snow, rode a child's bicycle, rode up on a lawnmower, pulled up in a car. He had like some car that was like a Russian car. I don't even know what the fuck it was. And it had a lawnmower battery in it running it. We had to jump it to get it started for him to go home. I finally gave him a job because he was so consistent. Go into a place they tell you they're not hiring and just start working there. Like, just start emptying the trash cans, start cleaning the shit out of there. Fucking, they will take notice. Just show up for a week and work. Sooner or later, they'll start paying you. How many girls have I fired where they just like came to work the next day? I'm like, you're fucking fired. Get the fuck out of here. They walked in here, sat down and worked, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to give that bitch a fucking paycheck on Friday. She just came in and worked after I fired her. She worked here for years after that. Undercover cop if they can pass the background. It's like my shirt says entitled to nothing. They don't get it, man. They do not fucking get it. Did you at least let him cut the grass? Is there a difference between getting face tats in high school and being financially independent? I don't think there is now. I don't think it's a detriment now. I really don't. I think that old school gatekeepers will try to gatekeep that. Man, you come in and fucking perform. I don't give a shit. Like we had a dude, they called him, what'd they call him? Cat dog? Catbird? Cat dog? Remember the big, huge fucking the brother that came here and worked here? And he worked here for about 2 weeks. We taught him to sew. And then he showed up in a fucking red dress and fucking ruby red high heels. He was a fucking cross-dresser.
With a big bald head.
Yeah, and he went in the girls' bathroom. They didn't give two shits about it. Like, I didn't even say shit about it. All you had to do was show up and fucking work.
I don't remember what
they call him Cat Dog.
Well, that's a fucking weird name.
Yeah, because he's like boy, girl, he, she, cat, dog.
It's a shmee.
Amorex brand fire extinguishers are good. Buy the dry kind. If you have a negligent discharge, use a HEPA vac to clean it up. Professional and class. Amanda, look up Amorex brand fire extinguishers. I do need to add some fire extinguishers to the outbuildings.
AMAR.
I don't know, Amorex, AMEREX.
Okay, that's not what I said.
I've been buying these ones, and as you see, they are sitting here in boxes under stuff. Shout out Cat Dog. Had an employee, Walker, rode a bicycle, living in homeless shelter for 3 months. Great employee. That's it exactly, Brian. We have a person who missed 3 hours of work yesterday, doesn't have a car, owns a bicycle, can walk here in 5 minutes, and gets to the gas station next door on Saturdays and Sundays on a bicycle, but can't come to fucking work. And I have it's baffling. We almost needed ours tonight. Decided, what kind of, I assume you're talking about fire, Nicole. What kind of fire was it? Have you seen the fire sheets, the fire drapes that you put over, like stove fires, oven fires and stuff? Those seem to work very well. Radio Made Easy, what up? I have tons of tattoos. Face tattoo is second stage of 40-ish nose ring, blue hair. Yeah, I don't give a shit what you look like. I really don't. I don't care who you fuck. I don't give two if you can come in here and sit down and do the work and your bullshit doesn't infect or skew things, then fucking show up. Show up. I don't care. The fire sheets are good for oil grease fires. range officer, local range, legit. Had a Glock logo on his cheek. That's awesome. May get a job as an undercover cop. I know we missed a bunch of these. Pajamas, dirty feet. like if you're gonna walk around in my shop barefoot, then I expect you to walk around in that fucking gravel outside barefoot. There's needles and all kinds of shit in here.
Me and Jake were talking about that yesterday. How she'd wear pants that would roll up all up underneath her feet and like sweep the thread. And I'm like, she's taking that shit in her feet.
Yeah. War coat, what up?
What flavor do you want?
I don't know. What are my options?
Blue raspberry, mojito, green apple, and Skittles.
Green apple.
Gross.
Yeah, the Skittles is terrible. Everybody does that Skittles one.
Is there anything else that you want from these people?
No, just the one. We'll try that out and see what it does. Daughter took a class at a homeschool book consignment store. While classes were being taught, the owner couldn't always come out to check people out. I just started doing it, ended up with free class. That's awesome. That's awesome. People that sleep on upper level should have a fire escape ladder. I can sew a semi-straight line, and I know where SOE is. You don't even have to sew. You don't. Willingness and attendance is more important than ability. We can teach you the ability. We can give you the ability. Euro fireballs. James messed with some of those. I think he said they were legit. I have seen the fire grenades. Hey, that blue hair and nose ring thing sounds familiar.
Hey.
Okay, I see it. It was a tote with FUPA S in it. I was like, I've never seen that on the website before. A tote with FUPA shit in it. They may get a job as an undercover. Man, I keep seeing that fucking comment. Yeah, showing up's 90% of it. Like, if you're not sure what to do, just fucking do something, because the other motherfuckers aren't doing nothing. The fireballs were banned. How come? Why were they banned? What happened with that? Green apple flavored fire extinguisher? No, it's a pre-workout. Yeah, don't chew gum. Don't wear Crocs. We had a kid show up to do like legit like outside work with Crocs, and I'm like, you can't wear fucking Crocs. He's like, I'm good. I have some other shoes in the car. I'm good. What did he do? That motherfucker wasn't out there. We were out there with a wood chipper. He wasn't out there 2 minutes and fucking put a nail through his foot. Do I have people work outside? No, but we always have work outside. If you come in here and you're like, I want to do outside work, I always have some outside work, but I will need people to be inside also. Like, there's just some stuff, trust but verify, and sometimes I don't have time to verify, and until you've been here a while, people just do crazy shit, man. You'll have a dude that seemingly seems like a normal motherfucker, and you'll go out there and he'll be completely naked. Like, until you've been here a while, people just do weird shit. Natural gas fire pit, do a fire class. That's a good idea. It used to be you could call the fire department. They'd come out, light a fire, and show your people how to use fire extinguishers. Now we just light a fire, and with enough smoke, they show up, and then you just watch how they put the fire out. Had an employee wanted to ride the back of a garbage truck and wear those Hey Dude shoes. I sent his ass home. Yeah, it is crazy. People do weird shit. And if you don't pay attention, they oftentimes, people just ignore when they're doing weird shit. I walked in the bathroom at the stand-up pisser, and there's a dude in the stall facing the wrong way, and he has all his clothes off. He's standing barefoot. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. I walked out, didn't say much, and I saw it enough times that I finally said something to several people, and every one of them was like, yeah, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I've seen it. I'm like, okay, so it wasn't me. It wasn't just me. Just people do weird stuff. The how to wipe class, we give the how to take a shit class all the time when people come in. It's people don't know how to take a shit. When the poop hits the water, flush the toilet. It sucks the smell down with it. When you go to wipe your butt, wipe your ass. Look, does it look like it needs a bunch more wiping? And if you're a prepper, you can even take that toilet paper, fold it in half, and I know this is going to blow someone's mind. You can wipe your butt again. Once you've done that 2 or 3 times and those pieces of toilet paper are in the toilet, flush the toilet. Every time we've got water overflowing in the fucking bathroom, it's because somebody filled the toilet up with toilet paper. Water is free when it runs for the most part. If you just flush the toilet, it's a lot cheaper than running a snake down the drain or fixing the problem that person created. It's baffling. I don't know how they get through life. I really don't know how they exist. Listening to these stories gives me confidence to work at SOE. Wipe standing or sitting. I don't care how you do it. Do whatever you want to do. If you don't smell like shit and I don't have to wash your underwear, if you have stains on your underwear, you're doing something wrong. If you're in the bathroom grunting and it sounds like you're in extreme discomfort, you need to make some serious life changes. You have something wrong with you.
You sound like you're dying.
If you sound like a fucking walrus at the zoo when you're in the stall, you need something needs to happen. We need an intervention. Doing a fire extinguisher demo with no hands-on experience is like doing a chicken class with no hands-on. Helpful. Nicole, I really thought I could just take loppers and just lop the heads off of chickens. It doesn't work. You can't. You cannot. I have all the loppers. We have all of them. It doesn't work. I need 2 samurai swords or something. You can cut the head off of an emu. I guarantee you that you can cut the head off of an emu or an ostrich. You can also smack them in the head with a shovel. But you cannot take a pair of loppers and just cut the head off of a chicken. It does not work. Why am I not on the Epstein list? You seem well-to-do. That's kind of an insult. I don't know.
That's a big fucking insult.
Yeah, I seem well-to-do. I don't know. When the toilet paper scarcity hit, people needed to realize you can wipe with a washcloth. You can wipe with a washcloth. You can wipe with a sock.
You can wipe with phone book paper.
Guys, check this one out, okay?
Newspaper.
Everybody's like, bidet, bidet, bidet. Go buy you one of those little bug sprayers that you pump up. You can wipe your butt with that thing. You can use that as a bidet. You have skid marks. Tiny poultry guillotine, we do. Grunters are drama queens. Yeah, maybe that's the deal. Get yourself a stainless killing cone. I have a ton of killing cones. I have XL turkeys. We do Cornish cross, and I'm really good at raising them. I'm very efficient at killing them. I just put it off. And we get these Cornish crosses so big that they won't fit in XL chicken kill cones. And guys, also, all the kill cone guys, if you ever run into that, you can take a road cone and cut that thing off, and you can use a road cone. You just cut the end of it to where it fits what you need it to fit. Did you hear that Japan creates meat from poop from their protein? No, I've not heard that. I create meat from living animals. I've torn many t-shirts off to get the working in the woods. Water bottle with a nail hole, yep. When the toilet paper scarcity, if people drink more water, they won't have to poop. They won't have a poop marker in their butt. Loppers are not sharp. They are not. They are not. Stories cover about 70, 85%. They really do, man. They really do. It's bizarre. We don't interact with them, right? Because most of them, they're NPCs. They don't go anywhere. They're never going to be at a restaurant that you're sitting at eating because they don't do anything to earn income. They don't go out. They don't shop where we shop. We don't interact with them. Like they lead very miserable lives, and we have given them access through social media to voice their opinions. Some of us have hemorrhoids. Well, thanks for skylining yourself, Joseph Ranch. I don't recognize that you've ever commented here before. Clearly, it's not you we're fucking talking about. And I hope I hope that works out for you. And I hope that you are able to find a solution to that. But you know fucking damn well that it's not you that I'm speaking of. It's always weird when people victim like that. Been listening while doing the dishes. Yeah, I was doing the dishes earlier while I was listening to Rural 2IC. Are you using curved blades? I have all the loppers, man. When I was a kid, I wiped my shit on my aunt's face towel. Never said anything. I heard Japan uses planes as runways. Yeah, didn't Japan just have a whole fucking loaded passenger jet explode? Any word what happened? Are you guys hearing that there was bomb threats called in and a ton of Capitol buildings around the United States were evacuated today? Like a lot of them. I had a dude tell me that he couldn't use napkins to wipe because they are too tough. Yeah, the road cone totally works. Yep. Kentucky was one of the yeah, there was several capitals. Epsom salt bath and a good knife. So vlogs, I addressed your comment. That requires you to reply here. Any of the moderators on here, click that dude's page, see what his content looks like. I've been picturing John running through chicken coop with twin swords, lopping everything with feathers. Everyone point and laugh at Joseph's blown over. I'm sure more crazy things will occur as we get closer. Yeah, the quickening, right? It does actually seem that way, doesn't it? Japanese passenger that landed on Japanese Coast Guard plane on oh, I didn't know that. So plane on a plane. First 36 hours of 24 were brutal. Not for me or anyone I know, luckily, because we're not involved in it. Yeah, I saw Krisky's post about that. YouTube burned his channel, it seems like. Carry an atlas if you're worried about that, George. Not a bad idea to have maps. Japan has had volcanoes. Yeah, there's a lot of overly high tides around the world also. If this isn't annoying, mind showing colors you have on hand for zippered knife pouches. I'm going to order one soon and prefer getting one that's in stock. No, not annoying at all. You need to know that I'm going to go show you these. So you should order it right now. Inventory changes rapidly. just because I show it to you doesn't mean that it's not committed in this pile of 500 orders that we'll pull tomorrow morning either. So it really means nothing. But I will go show you. And dudes, people do this all the time, right? They hang this, I'll place this order over your head. I don't care whether you order. As crazy as that sounds, like, I don't care if you place an order. But if you tell me you want the thing, I highly recommend that you place the order. The longer you wait, not only will it delay it by that time, but it might make it greatly, much a longer wait. Hope we stay made in the USA. Where the fuck else would we go? We've been doing it 35 years. Titanica shorts and still haven't washed it. Wash them, motherfucker. Wash the shit. A lot of people, like Levi's collectors, they keep their Levi's in the freezers. They actually wash them very, very little. Washing them will break them down. But at the same time, especially being in Cali where it's kind of, I'm sure you have some humidity and it's fucking hot and I see you working out all the time, get that bacteria out of there. It probably is breaking your shit down. Black, Typhon, Multicam Tropic, Black Toxic. Do you even know what these colors are that I'm showing you? Like if I tell you what's here, do you know what they are? Woodland, Multicam, Coyote, OD Black, more OD Black, Multicam Black, Black with red edge tape, more black. There's a Lonely Raid in there. And then these are all singles. I'm not even going to show you those. Highly recommend you order because anything you order will be top notch. Yeah, and I mean, it literally is that much faster that you're going to get it. Typhon Red? No, there's no Typhon Red thread in there. I like green, tan, and hunter. I don't know what hunter is. I don't even know what that is. For tan, order Coyote. For green, order OD. Here is your Coyote. Here is OD. Hunter Orange. No, I don't have any Hunter Orange zippered knife pouches. Just watched the members only meeting, only chat, and seems like you got an offer too good to refuse to scale up. Oh, no, we can't get any fucking, like everything's on fire. Everything's on fire. There is no multicam material. There's no multicam black material. There's all kinds of shit going on with all of these companies that, warehouse and wholesale materials. Narcan for your OD. Any major truck stop, you can find a road atlas. Yeah, guys, in the back, towards the back part where the truck drivers come in, there's a lot of stuff that if you just go through from the front to the bathrooms, you don't realize is back there. Would you move back to California if it became... No, fuck no. Why would I do that? No. I don't even want to visit fucking California. Maps are hard to find 20 years ago. That's what we used in between. Yeah. Truck stops. DeLorme has a map books, National Geographic. You can still get Thomas guide maps, believe it or not. Bookstores have them. They're all over Amazon. You can get laminated fold, like tri-fold, quad folds. You can also get laminated map books. You can get large scale map books, which will show you unimproved roads, off-road trails. You can get topo maps. You can still order all your topo maps on like acetate, so they're waterproof. You can put them under water and shit. They're there. They're just not in your face as much as they used to be. Remember, yeah, AAA will send them to you. And if you're a AAA member, I believe you can go to AAA to do your registration. You don't have to go to the DMV. Just ordered 2 shotgun cards as we speak, going live every night, right on, Mike. Those will most likely, they should ship tomorrow. Watched a dude hand his daughter a MapQuest printout. She looked at, yeah, man, I remember having to print it out. You did have to print those out. I remember telling people like, hey, like a belt return back in the day or some exchange somewhere. I'm like, hey, print out a copy of this email chain and include it with your order so we know exactly what the conversation was. And he like got all irate and he's like, I'm not wasting my toner cartridge and my paper. And I'm like, okay, well, go ahead and light that shit on fire because you and I are done doing business. GPS has made it a lot. Yeah, I remember, and even give a person a GPS, right? A GPS unit that's not on your phone, like not using Waze, not using Google Maps. Give a person a GPS. I have GPSs in the dashes of all my vehicles, and we don't ever use that shit. Sporting goods stores, hike, bike shops, yep. Grandmother was a florist when I was little. All the deliveries were MapQuest, yep. How about taking pictures of phone screens before they had screenshots? Yeah, yeah. Don't remember the site, but you can get maps that show freshwater springs and water sources. Up north, we call it the state of Jefferson. We don't claim it as California. Adventure 16 did have awesome map room. They did, yeah. I don't know how many A16s. I know there was one in North County in Oceanside by my shop, and then the big one was in Santee. I don't know if you're aware that Gregory Backpacks used to be downstairs there at one point. Use my friend's phone to take a picture, yeah. Got a Garmin 22X preloaded, trails, nice. Put that shit on SD cards also. Have SD cards of that stuff separate. Watched a dude hand his daughter, we read that. Ordered another Cobra belt with Christmas code, even though I didn't really need it. All my others are like new. They don't wear out. California sucks, but at least up north. Yeah, up north is very different. Like when you think about democratic states, fuck, 5% of California is democratic. The rest of it's like freedom. Hate my phone, made business. Yeah, it absolutely. We move so fast because of technology. I type out a thought, a fragment of a thought, and highlight 10 people and send it, usually at 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Tom, yeah. Oceanside one closed. I'm sure it did, man. I knew a dude named Larry who was a reconnaissance Marine, worked in that store. Talk about a thought and Google will find it. Think the thought and you'll open your phone and it will just be there many times. You don't have to type it in or even vocalize it. Geocaching, that's cool. That's cool. Google, NSA, FBI, the Chinese. Yeah, that's right, man. How many guys been in the shower? Just not even, not saying anything, just thinking to yourself. Thought pops in your head and you kind of flesh that train of thought out. And then you get out of the shower, get dressed, dry off. Yes, I get dressed before I dry off. I know you do it the other way. You've been doing it wrong. Get dressed, then dry off. Then you look at your phone and all of a sudden, the thing you were thinking about that you never said anything about is all of a sudden in your phone. You should totally, Big Uso, type in throat goat and just hit images. Saw today that big Army and Navy stores in Nashville closed to Vanderbilt is closing. Jarhead, I didn't know there was a surplus store there. I know there's a little surplus store by the back entrance of the fairgrounds. I've never seen a big surplus store around Nashville ever. These platforms measure how long you look at an ad, and for sure they do. Talking with my daughter outside with no phones, came in later, and the stuff came up on ads. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You guys can explain it away and simplify it all you want. There is fucking more to it, and I don't give a shit what any of you say. Happens all the time. We would have a conversation, check our phone, and it would be on there. Absolutely. Even when your phone wasn't present. Something is wrong with mine. I keep getting ad for men's lingerie. Well, I mean, all your Victoria's Secret models do have penises. Brainwave frequencies, or you already have nanoparticles in you. Phone hates you. You can as a background. Yeah, they tuck them in. Absolutely. A little wiener tape. That's why you commit crimes in your sleep. Nano machines, yep. Palmetto paratrooper, what's up? I sometimes get a radiating pain in my finger from holding device too long. Same pain if you hold a strong magnet. So I get that, right? Because I hold the phone and I'm constantly doing this, and it just makes the carpal tunnel way worse. Tyra Banks wasn't a man. I don't know. Yeah, chemtrail spraying. Yeah, it's all over the place. And for people that are like, chemtrails isn't real, just look up weather modification. Watch some MonkeyWorks videos. Wonder if boxing rating will go up now that men can fight women legally. I thought that all got shut. Well, some states are axing that. That's not happening in some places. Drawing a line between years of funding to that one place and Maxwell's dad being Mossad. Look at what look at the companies her sisters own and what those companies do. Thinking about first aid kits today, wondering what makes good ones like Bears. Are they good because well thought out? It's both. It's both. Yeah, they are not contrails. That's right. They are chemtrails. Yeah. Wait till they start salting. Wait till they start. You've heard of like salting your enemy's fields, right? Like even the Romans did that shit. Wait till they start salting. Wait till they start aerosolizing and liquefying salts in those. Wait and see what happens to your ability to produce food when they start salting the waterways. Toolman's video on Temu today now got ads. What was his take on Temu? We were talking about Temu today. Brandel's woman ordered stuff off Temu, and I said, man, I heard that's all shit. And he said, man, the stuff we got is actually really good. He said, we've ordered dozens of times, and there's like 2 products that were, questionable. Acid rain, yeah. good quality components and find someone who will tailor the kit for your needs. Yes. Jarhead, I was about to ask you if you meant Friedman's. That sucks. It's one of the oldest in Tennessee. Man, I never knew it was there. I used to go to Clarksville with Jaeger, and we'd go to all these surplus stores. Amanda and I went last year. Most of them aren't open to the public anymore. They only do shipping. Best minimalist chest rig. George, what do you want it to do? What does that mean? I have a Pals micro rig, which comes with nothing but webbing that you can attach shit to. That's pretty minimal. I did 2 product reviews of survival kits from Wish. How was that? Probably up there with the Walmart survival aisle, survival aisle. Survival stuff from Temu he was reviewing. Live by a bunch of pecan farms, always afraid of getting overspray. Have a video I took with chemtrails and actual contrail. Yeah, they're very different. They already use saltpeter to control weather, and on men as saltpeter lowered. Yeah, I always heard they did that in like boot camp and in jails and stuff. The U.S. government has paid out lawsuits for the chem sprays blowing up and injuring soldiers. Yeah, they have a whole MOS on weather modification, guys. Just type in weather modification machine, if you're not familiar with it, into Google and just hit images. And then click on some of those images and then click on those websites and follow that rabbit. I did 2 product reviews, survival kits from Wish. Okay, we read that. Difference between salt and saltpeter? I don't know the answer to that. Friedman's on 21st Avenue, closing by June. Been there for years. Yeah, I never knew that was there, man. Do I know how long eggs can be stored? Man, I've got eggs sitting on the counter for 6 weeks. Don't wash them. When you wash them, it takes the bloom off. When the thing comes out of the chicken's butthole, it has like a slime on it. That slime encases and dries. You can do the same thing with fingernail polish, olive oil, mineral oil, and that increases it, right? The United States is the only fucking place where we put eggs in refrigerators because we spray them and we bleach them, and it takes that protective coating off of there, and now those pores can breathe, and if you don't refrigerate them, you introduce bacteria in there by washing them. Here's how I store eggs, okay? These were full this morning. These eggs, these came out of the chicken today. I've had eggs sitting here up to 2 months, 8 weeks, right? That one here has a crack. I won't use that egg. That'll just go in the feed bin. But I've had eggs here on the counter for 8 weeks, cracked them open, no smell, no taste, no diarrhea, nothing. That's this room here is typically, I'll bet it's 75 degrees. Did you see Don Pena? Dan Pena said, if you knew who owns Bitcoin, you would run. Yeah, I've heard him say it many times. Why wouldn't he just say who owns it? I have heard him say that many, many times. Salt or brine, they can last over a year. Yes, they can. That's called water glassing. People always ask me if I do that. Man, I have enough chickens that I get chicken eggs every day. I don't need to store them. We freeze dry them. I have plenty of freeze dried chicken eggs. I also have a ton of frozen. We crack them, put them in Ziploc bags, and just put them in the freezer frozen. How long can they be stored at room temp before going into incubator? I've heard people say 6 weeks. I've seen people say 4 weeks. because you have to, right? If you have an egg and if you have a chicken and she's laying an egg every day, she lays them in there, but she doesn't start sitting on them until she has a mass of them accumulated. When she starts sitting on them, that's when that hatch rate, that's when the incubation period starts for all of the eggs. It doesn't matter how long they've been sitting there. How long can they sit there and be viable? I've heard 4 weeks. When I have an abundance of eggs, I water glass. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not water glassing eggs. I see it. It makes a neat video. If you're gonna kill your chickens off and not overwinter them, I could see doing that. I have a ton of lime. We have, I don't know, 50 pounds of that shit probably. Zippered knife pouch. I'll order a handful of other stuff throughout the year. Right on. Thanks for the order. Crypto is from the feds. Crypto very well might be from the feds, but crypto's not going away. Every time somebody says that, how much crypto do you have? None. How much cash? None. Where should I buy silver? How much silver do you want to buy? Oh, I thought I'd buy a coin or two. Yeah, you're not buying silver. My eggs sit on the counter for well over a month. Yep. What's your prediction for 24? I'm going to grow a lot more food. I'm not going to be involved in a bunch of bullshit. I'm going to continue to grow business. I'm going to do less of the shit that I don't want to do. I'm going to do more of the stuff I do want to do. I'm going to be in better shape next year than I was this year. I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to make money every day, no matter what the fuck happens. I don't know. Is that a good start? Thoughts on buying different currency? I've never bought any other currency. I don't have a thought on it. Yeah, the dollar's from the Fed. Good point. My cryptocurrency is worth more than my dollars. People love to say to stay poor so they can complain and feel bad about. Yeah. When people give you advice, I like to look for evidence of their proof, right? And now there's going to be some dude that's completely flat broke that has good financial advice. A lot of dudes who make tons of money are through their lives broke many times. Most of them aren't going to be on the internet where you are talking and communicating with us. When a dude's like, oh, yeah, I'm so glad I dumped my Bitcoin. I'm like, really? Let me open up one of my wallets here and let's see how my Bitcoin compares to your bank account. Because my bank account's bigger than your bank account also. My bank accounts are bigger than your bank account. Can you purchase product? Fuck yes, you can. Yep. They even have, there's an app on your phone that takes Bitcoin, converts it to US currency, and you tap it to a point of payment system, and the people at the store have no idea that it even happened. Yes, you can. Lightning. Look up Lightning. I have great Call of Duty game advice. Yes. I love when people give load carriage system and combat loadout advice who have never fucking been shot at. The dollar's from the Fed, not the Fed. Yeah. Cash App lets you use crypto too. Yeah, you can buy Bitcoin on Cash App. You can link a debit card right to your Cash App. You can also link a credit card to it. Put funds in there if you're not receiving them. You can also receive them. You can buy stocks on there. You can buy fucking Bitcoin on there. You can. That's how I buy it. I buy it on Cash App. That's how I buy Bitcoin. Got your Blue Eddy today. They're very clean, man. They are very well packaged. The detail is nice. They are built very rugged. The solar panels out of the kits are very nice. I have 4 8-foot solar panels. I can gang all these together. I can run all 3 boxes independent, put them into a vehicle, and have a giant battery pack in each vehicle. They work great. I can shore charge them. I just plug them right into the wall and keep them charged. The power goes out. All the units are jammed full. Now I can take them, deploy them where I need to, and I can charge them off of a generator. I can charge them off of solar. I can charge them off of the vehicle. Just heard from someone that their bank account was frozen while the government processes a lawsuit against them. All I could think of is they cannot freeze Bitcoin. That's a very good point. Very good point. I'll be more impressed with Bitcoin when you can walk into a casino and they take it. Are you sure they don't take it? Because you can buy all precious metals. You go to any of these precious metal exchanges, right? Go to any of the places minting or selling any of that stuff, you can pay in Bitcoin. There's a lot of websites. I can take Bitcoin on my website right now just by sliding a button. And I can hold it in Bitcoin and transfer it out, or I can convert it to US currency and move it into a bank. How long will they hold a charge? I'm sure it depends on the batteries. I mean, what's in there, Warlike? A fuck ton of 18650s? I don't know. I don't know how long they hold a charge. If I turn it on right now, it's going to say 100% charged. And I haven't charged it for at least 90 days. It's going to say 100%. Is it really 100% though? I don't really know. High limit games, right on. All your municipalities, all of your big cities are putting their pension funds in Bitcoin. They hold a ton of Bitcoin. You have countries around the world right now whose currency is Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not fucking going anywhere. Your government might somehow try to forbid you from using it, but that cat's out of the bag. Have you used denim for your bags? Certain material is unavailable. Will be explore leather. Yeah, I've built all kinds of stuff in leather. I have tons of hide. We're not going to stop building gear. It just won't be all the pretty matchy match shit that you guys like. Here's a Blue Eddy solar panel right here. Unfolded, it's 8 feet long. Yeah, for when the time comes to use this gear for real, you're not going to give two shits what color it is, because you're going to put it in the mud and the terrain that you're operating. Yeah, Bitcoin price 43,000. 1 year ago, 15. Yeah, I woke up this morning and several people were like, did you see what Bitcoin did? I'm like, what? Dropped $3,000 last night at 5:30 this morning? Yeah, I saw it. I just bought $5,000 more of it. Yes, I saw it. Thanks for pointing that out. Thanks for reminding me. And the people saying it to you, when I'm buying $5,000 in Bitcoin, they don't have $5,000 all combined in any bank account that they hold. Bitcoin's up 150,000. Yeah, here's Bitcoin, guys. Most people, when they're having a conversation about Bitcoin, and I do not, I'm far from understanding Bitcoin, right? But I understand storing wealth and making profits off of it, right? So here's what we're going to go to. Let me go in here to Bitcoin. And, okay, here's the Bitcoin, right? This is Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin's $43,000. This is today, right? See that huge drop? What was the top that this account had? Let's see. At 3:45 this morning, Bitcoin was 45,000. At the lowest today, it dropped to 41. That's all it dropped. Seems terrible, right? Let's look at it by the week. Oh, by the week. Let's look at it by the month. I cannot make this work. By the month. By the year. In the year, it's completely climbed. Now let's look at it year to date overall. It's way the fuck up there. I zone out when it comes to digital wallets. Playing with IPOs now. Right on. Always was a cash guy. Yeah, cash is getting harder and harder to use. More and more places won't take cash. That's by design, though. What's the 43,000 mean? It means if you cash it out, it means one Bitcoin's $43,000 is what that means. In US dollars. Your building is warm and temps stay pretty consistent. Batteries are probably good. Not so much in cold. Tesla cars lose 1% a day in cold in Chicago. Yeah. And if you're ever have batteries that you're using and it's cold, put them next to your body. Obviously not that thing, but oh my God, in California, a teller at CVS had to go to a special register to take cash from me because they don't trust their employees. There's stories all over the place right now, guys. People going to their bank accounts and trying to pull out $2 grand, $5 grand, $3 grand, 10 grand. Every time I say this, dudes are like, "Nah, I just put 50,000 in last week and I just pulled out 10,000." Good for you. There are stories all over the place from people who I actually know that are like, "I went to the bank to pull 2 grand and they went through a bunch of fucking bullshit and then told me they had to order the money. They wouldn't give it to me." Do you worry that the politics will take over the crypto? No. You can move it offline onto a mechanical wallet. It's a seed phrase. If you have the seed phrase, you can access it anywhere in the world. And even if they ban it, you can still access it. You can still utilize it. You can trade it into euro, for instance, and then trade the euro into whatever the fuck it's into. Range day tomorrow. SOE bags and pouches. Nice. Know that most restaurant servers will prefer cash tips. Yep. You could also cash app them. You could, whatever. You can do all kinds of shit. Yeah, cash is great. Fractional banking pyramid scheme. I had 10 grand in my bank account. They wouldn't let me take out 2,000. Yeah. Am I worried? So if we're having the conversation, am I worried about the politics of cryptocurrency? Am I more worried about the bank just waking up in the morning and the bank saying, "Hey, the government said you don't have any fucking money"? Wouldn't you be glad you had some money in cryptocurrency? Which one do you think is more apt to fuck you? The government or something to do with cryptocurrency? I occasionally think about how think about it. The semi-truck drivers that were protesting in Canada, do you know they emptied all those people's bank accounts? If they'd have had that shit in crypto, they couldn't have got it. Yep, happened to my bank. Would not give me $500 a day. They got hacked and took them a month and a half to fix it. Occasionally think about how the 1930s Germans were counterfeiting as a tactic. Yep. What the fuck? I pulled 3,000 stack last week and they don't even ask me. Yep. Good. I'm glad. Continue to pull 3 grand and put that motherfucker someplace. Put it in several different locations. I think you should have money spread around. That's what I just said, right? And most of the bank branches I've worked at, the ATM probably had 5 times the cash our vault did. Yep. Purchased 4 grand in silver. Good, man. Fucking good. Maybe, John, it was a statement that's talking apples and oranges. Good. Right on, man. Right on. I want all of you to be okay no matter what happens. I want all of you to have the ability to make money and make generational wealth. I want you to make so much money that it changes the life your kids and grandkids who are not even born yet. It changes the direction and course, right? I want you to be the lever. I want you to be the person in your family lineage that pulls that lever and makes a difference for the rest of the generations with your last name. Yeah, cash in the bank loses money. I mean, think about it, guys. Did you get a stimmy check? What was it? $1,400, right? $1,400. I didn't get one. If you to take that $1,400 and put it in your safe, I hope you all have safes. If you took $1,400 and put it in your safe, or you took $1,400 and put it into Bitcoin that day, which one would buy you more groceries? Anybody? I'm sure one of you guys knows. If they'd have put $1,400 into Bitcoin, how much would they have in Bitcoin right now if they pulled it back out into cash? I'm going to make a lot of kids and hope a few of them are... I'm with you, man. How do we change the culture, right? How do we change the future? You have a piece of property. You have you on the piece of property. You have your children. The piece of property is big enough for your children to remain on the property. You raise your children. You and your children as adults now work. Your children make more children. You help raise the grandkids while the children are able to work, while your children are able to work. You raise those grandkids into adults all on the same property. You don't have to be under the same roof. Can be tiny houses, can be A-frames, can be ranch houses, whatever it is you can afford, right? But now you have what? You and your spouse and your 2 kids and their spouses. That's 6 adults. Now they have some kids. You have 6 adults bringing income into there, right? And now you help raise those kids while you are getting higher in age. You help raise those kids in the manner that you want them raised. And as you get older, you're not going to lose all your shit or be put in an old folks home to die. You're going to remain on the property. You still have tons of value. You can help with the great grandkids. You can help pass on history. History is his story. You can pass on the stories of your family as you want them told. But you have to have a place to do that. You have to be able to do that on the same property. And then you die on that property. You don't get warehoused. You are still of value until the day you die because you moved and you fucking made your life better every day of your life. It extended the quality of your life on the back end of your life. That's how you do that. And the government doesn't want you to do that, right? Do you know that if you get put in an old folks home, that fucking old folks home takes all of that person's assets. The kids don't get those assets. The old folks home takes those assets. They take all fucking property. 33 acres, Arizona this last year. I know that's where my mom will go, and so will I when the time comes. Good, nice. Yeah, government's on the property. And most importantly, you can pass on knowledge. That's right, history, his story. 500 of the stimulus to buy Bitcoin, day traded and used the profits to buy physical silver and gold. Good, good. Right now, I don't know, but 1 year after the stimulus check, it would have been close to $10,000. That's right. 1,400 in Bitcoin in 21 would actually be worth less now because Bitcoin had up in 55, 60 range. I had Bitcoin at 75,000, guys. Bitcoin was it was as high as $75,000. Can you imagine how many childless millennials will have to be warehoused when they're elderly. Fuck, they damn near have to be warehoused right now. Somebody asked, that was one of the questions on the Patreon questions today, the video that Scully and I did. We spoke about that. That'll be out here shortly. I'm sure there'll be some shorts made off of that. There's some good content today. There's some really good shit to chop into short form content that we did today. But you almost have to warehouse adults. They're not even elderly right now. They're literally fucking useless. How many of us millennials are actually going to take care of their parents? Very, very few, right? I would assume that it's very few. If you bought it at 60 and sell at 44. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Not wanting kids is a mental defeat. Oh, they've been programmed for that, right? They've been programmed. Who programmed them? Single people programmed them. Where do your kids go? Maybe not your kids, not my kids. Most kids go to government prison school system, and they are indoctrinated by people who hate everything about you, the parents. Why? Think about that. Why would somebody want to be around kids all day long that aren't their kids when they don't have any kids of their own? It's because they hate you. Think about that. Go meet your kids' teachers. Would you invite them over for Christmas to your house? Would you want to randomly run into them on the weekend and go hang out with most of their teachers? If you say yes, I'm happy for you. But the answer for most is no. Fuck no. Pulled my kids out when they hired a tranny. That's fucking crazy. 92 model here. If I wasn't here, my 80 plus grandparents would be shit. Peck perspective. Your grandparents are 80 years old. Is that what I'm understanding? 92. You were born in 92? Is that what I'm understanding? I was supposed to graduate in 90. I dropped out of high school in the 10th grade. That started 40 years ago. Told my generation, college and get set first. Worry about the kids. That's right. That's right. That's what they were telling me. Boomers are responsible for selfish generation that followed. I'd rather die young than be old and crippled. I'm a millennial, and I'm building a tiny house for my grandma, 20 feet from the front door. That's badass, man. That is fucking great. That is incredible, right? We don't have to have codes and zoning for tax purposes, right? The powers that be want to require you to have 2,200 square feet, 2.5 bathrooms, right? All this shit. It's about tax base. You don't need that. Build you a workshop, which is the hub of everything on the property. The workshop. And then build your property as a wagon wheel. There's spokes coming out to different areas, right? The kitchen area, the dining room area, the sleeping module, right? You can have multiple little tiny houses or whatever. They don't all have to be under one roof. You can have 3 outbuildings, 3 tiny houses set up in a U shape, build a patio between them, put a beautiful fire pit, some tables, a jacuzzi, and then build a patio cover over it so you have outdoor living area even when it rains. Everything with a roof gets gutters and all that water gets collected. You can have a bathroom module, right? You can have a pisser and a shitter in your tiny house that is your bedroom and personal living area. But you can also have a shed that has 2 bathrooms and 2 showers in it, common area. But we've been conditioned to believe that everything is under one roof and it has to be so big and blah, 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 blah. Most places in the world aren't like that. No permits. Yeah, we have no codes, no zoning. Just talked to a guy. Him and his wife are raising 7 kids in 1,400 square feet. Yeah, look at Evan, man. Evan's raising how many people? Him and his wife and 3 children. And I heard there's going to be a 4th one soon. I heard that they're going to start working on a 4th. And they're living in what? How many square feet? Parental rights will be under heavy attack this year. Fuck yes, they will. 8 million people didn't send their kids to school this year. And it was literally as simple as fuck off. If your kids are enrolled in the prison school system and you just decide, I want a 3-day weekend with my children every day, and you don't take your kids to school on Monday, they'll haul your ass into court and put you in jail. It is as simple as fuck off, my kids aren't going to your school, we're homeschooling, and now you do whatever you want with your kids. Get land to leave to your kids and grandkids. Yep. I would love to have kids, but the government makes the rules against me. What does that mean, Big Uso? Leave. Find a woman. Make babies. I live in a 192 square foot cabin with a separate bathroom and kitchen. Beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Geodesic dome. I want that for you, man. I want you to have that if that's what you want. 6 kids, 3 grandkids. Beautiful. Before we left Cali, we, 5 people, lived in 2 bedrooms for a year. Yes, we did. We did, absolutely. Not in a 2-bedroom apartment. We lived in 2 bedrooms. And it's even better if you have good people around you. Jarhead Acres right there, who's commenting. He lives right on the other side of the woods over here. And he's doing way more than I'm doing. We have over 100 farms here in this county. Like hobby farm, moved out of the city, watched YouTube videos, and started doing the real shit. They're all right here. There's a fucking economy here that the local people who are from here don't even realize exists. Want to build 3-bedroom, 1 bath. You do that, man. You like if it's not on your radar and you're not aware, get you a shell, build you a steel building. Here, let me show you my steel building, okay? It's really ugly outside if you haven't seen it. We intentionally left it that way. This is a 10,000 square foot building. It's a big rectangle. And then there's a lean-to, which is another steel building over there that was like 6 bathrooms. Now it is 2 really, really big bathrooms, like commercial bathrooms with showers in them. And then it's over there is 2 big storage units, right? And then we put this loft in here. And this loft upstairs is 6,000 square feet. And then we put these offices over here, right? And in between the offices run from here all the way the width of the building. So the 2 offices upstairs combined with the big bathroom and the walk-in closet in the middle, they're 65 feet. And let's see, these sheets of plywood are 8 feet. So let's go 8, 16. Well, that didn't fucking work, did it? 8, 16, 24, 32. What's 34 by 65 feet? That's how big the upstairs apartment is. What's that math? Show us the animals. This dies when I go outside. I lose the feed when I go out there. Instructional video on the internet on how to make kids. What's the lawyer bookcase look like? It's already out in the other building. I have another identical set in my office. They're very nice. They look like very dark stained oak. They have like beveled glass around the edges, and then they have leaded glass on the top. They're very nice. Very, very nice bookcase set. Okay, 2,000. Let's say it's 2,000. My apartment upstairs is 2,000 feet where we live. You know where we really live? Here. Has everybody seen the living room? Everybody seen my loft upstairs? It's 6,000 feet, the whole thing. That means my living room's 4,000 square feet. This is where I live. We go into the bedroom, which used to be her office, and there's a catwalk behind it, right? There's no windows. When we turn the AC on, it gets 55 degrees. You don't hear outside noises. You sleep as long as you want to sleep with no distraction. And we wake up when we want to wake up. And if I want to ride dirt bikes tomorrow morning, if I want to ride dirt bikes right now, I can ride two-stroke dirt bikes. I can ride razors. I can ride my mountain bike. I can go jump out there in that big-ass pond. I can do some farming stuff. I can go out to my podcast studio. If I want to record some music, I can sing in my studios out there. I can go out to my gym over here. I can do anything I want to do here. If it's raining and it's freezing outside, I can work out inside. If it's nice out, I can go outside and do whatever I want to do. That's what I want for you. That's what I want you to have. I was going to say you should build a place to live in on your property. Cooking with South Philly. Have you not seen the property here? Are you not aware? And the property's 10 acres. This was an old nightclub here, and the property had sat empty for like 20 years. It was completely overgrown, and it was just vines and brambles. You couldn't walk 5 feet on the property. Things would grab you and cut you, and then you put this spiral staircase in here. And this opening here, we actually left this. I was going to put an aquarium here that was the whole wall. And then this wall here, the real outside wall of the building's 10 feet behind this. We built this on both sides. There's a catwalk that runs the entire length of the building upstairs where we can walk. That's where our heat and our AC sets are, our ducting. All of our electrical comes in from upstairs and runs downstairs, and any plumbing. So we can access it without having to open walls or anything. Everything is exposed in the catwalks. And then there's a fuck ton of storage space. Like I have file cabinets full of magazines and all kinds of stuff in the catwalks. We have all of these, well, I don't have any in here anymore. I have these big metal storage cabinets. So we keep, linens, DVDs, anything that you don't want to dispose of, but you don't want present in front of you. That's where it all is. Is there any way you guys could have a bunch of solar panels, then hook them up to a generator for your compound? Yeah, absolutely, we could. Everything we build on the property is oriented north-south, so there's a south-facing wall for solar exposure. And this building is south-facing also. So if we roof mount solar panels, we can use the entire roof of the building. Now, when you talk to solar dudes doing a lot of solar stuff, the first thing they tell you is it causes roof leaks, and do not mount on your roof if you don't have to. See a lot of globes. Yep, I got a lot of globes. Do you ever lose Amanda in that space? I set her places and pose her and tell her stay. Don't move. We're going to play mannequin. And she moves, though. She never stays where I ask her to stay, where I tell her. I get nightmares in here. I've seen a field of solar for the city I live in and have them on the ground. Yeah. It causes a lot of problems. Is there any way you guys could have a bunch of solar? I seen it. I didn't know you lived on the farm. Yeah. So we had a giant lake house. It was 6,000 square feet. And on the third floor, there was 2 massive rooms up top, like master bedroom suites. And then there was a master bedroom downstairs. But the top patio wrapped around all of that. It was beautiful up top, overlooked the lake. If you've ever been here, the bridge going across, it's the biggest house on the lake out there with the red roof. That was our house. And I had only ever been in those 2 rooms when we looked at the house, when we took possession of the house. And the whole time we lived there, I never went in any of those other rooms. We never spent 24 hours in the house. ever. We got up in the morning and we left. And then in the middle of the night, we would come back to the house and sleep there. We had a very, very expensive motel is what we had. When we moved here, and that's the best thing we ever did was move onto the property here. There's weeks I'll go the entire week and never even leave the property. Should get some of those tripwire birdshot traps. Yeah. You can build those. You can do all kinds of shit. Be in there cuddling the lion for warmth. We have some actual like mink blankets, and we have some actual I think we have some beaver blanket. We have a lot of blankets. These couches are incredible. You can sleep on this thing. They're huge. If I sit on this couch, my ankles barely dangle over. This is the 56-inch depth couches, I think, by Restoration Hardware. I can't sit and watch that TV. If I ever sit down to watch TV, within 5 minutes, I'm asleep. So my point is, we're never in here. Never are we. I'm in here every Monday. I get a 90-minute massage, and I walk through here to go to the gym occasionally. New owners of the lake house found a pallet of MREs and LBV and pre-workout in the attic. The casting couch is in my office. Get some of those tripwire bird shots, field of solar. What's with the globes? I like them, but what's with it? I like globes. I started buying old globes that all said USSR. They don't announce it, but globes change. If you find dictionaries and encyclopedias up to, I believe, 1971, Tartaria is on the maps. Go find Tartaria now on a map, right? They change history. They rewrite history. I said we should get rid of the never watch TV and put in shelves. So what I was saying is, there's a Facebook group on Facebook, obviously. It's called Garage Goals. Every one of you who wants to update their house, wants to change their house, or is looking at building a house, or just thinking about their future, you should join that group. It's called Garage Goals. And basically what it is it's barn dominiums. You can build your barn dominium out to look however you want it to look. But your cost per square footage is way lower than building a stick-built house. And with these garages, with these barn dominiums, you can put your slab in, right? And there's different ways they build them. They'll put the building up with no slab and then pour the slab, or they'll do them under tension where they pour a slab and then they affix the building to the slab. And you can do things like put in an 8-inch slab in the back where you're going to have big lifts and big stuff. And then you can have a 6-inch slab where your living area is. You can radiant heat the floor, right, with PEX tubing and a boiler, a wood fire boiler. You just have so many options. And you can do it in bites, right? You put your shell up, dry it in. It's a steel building. Now you can move your RV, your tents, your motorhome, your camper, whatever, and you can live out of that. While in the back of the other side of the building, you can build your loft and start building out your first things, right? Your kitchen, your bathroom, your bedroom, and then you can wall that in. But you can live in there. Nobody knows what's going on in your place. And you can finish it, not finish it. You can build it however rough you want it, and you can make it as beautiful as you want it, and you can change it over time and do it one bite at a time. Even if you don't use radiant heat at first, always put the plumb. Absolutely, always. Yeah, absolutely, right? How much concrete do you want? Twice as much as you think you need. How tall do I want my building? Taller than you think you want it. The sidewalls on this building are 14 feet. What that means is when you put real commercial pallet racking in here, it typically runs 14 feet. That's the lowest. You can't use that top shelf. You can adjust for it, But there's things like that, right? You want a taller sidewall because when you put an extension, an overhang, or a lean-to on, then the depth, you still have room to have pitch for fall for water and ice. And you can take that lean-to and you can always put walls or sidewalls or roll-up doors and dry that all in at a point in the future when you have more money to complete the job. The one thing Joel Salatin told me, the stuff about hiring people, right? How does he find his, how does he find the interns? And that's kind of where Homestead Apprentice came from, was from that conversation, how to pick the interns and how to, work them and just include them into your organization. That was the most valuable, right? I wanted to sit down and have a conversation with Joel that nobody had had. You want as much concrete as it takes to fill the hole. It's depth times width divided by 27. Yeah, and while you're doing that, right, you can put culverts in there that you can finish out later for storm shelters, bunkers, escape tunnels, root cellars. If you're using commercial stuff, you can bring in concrete boxes, culverts, right? And you can cap those, and now you have a cistern that you can drive over with semi-trucks. And if you're going to dig a hole and put one in, you might as well put two. One's wet, one's dry. You guys should get the garage rolling window protectors straight out of I Am Legend. I love them. I love them, man. Have them all over in Europe. Oh, interesting. Pretty sure he could have black powder firearms. I don't know what you're talking about. What was the one thing that Joel Salatin taught? Garage goals on YouTube. No, it's on Instagram. Barn dominium prices are getting stupid. Yes, when you see those barn dominiums, then they're like 40 by 60 square feet, $10,000. There's a big difference. Like, you get what you pay for. But if you're willing to do work, there's tons of barn dominiums that haven't, there's tons of steel buildings that haven't been put up. There's tons of steel buildings that you can take down if you're willing to do the work, right? Does it have to be pretty? Does the metal have to match? You have a lot of options. You have a lot of options. And if you build the building, you can always add on to the ends of the building. Get as wide a building as you can afford, because it's easier to go out from the ends than out from the sides. When you go out from the sides, the next step has to be lower typically. Why is it 27? Peck, what are we talking about 27? Length times width times depth divided by 27 works with concrete and stone for driveways. John, if you lost your rights to firearms, just get a repeating crop. Tristan, why do motherfuckers come on here and worry about my rights? Do you not think I have enough money to have my rights back? Like, worry about your shit. We're here talking about one thing, but there's always some dude. Do you not think I have lawyers after all this time? That's the formula 27. It's cheaper to go up than out. Yep. Yeah, I always liked when some dudes got on there. I was like, you can't have firearms. No, motherfucker, but I've got an island and a helicopter. Tristan, stop thinking. Think about what you're involved in. Don't worry about me. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, there's always the glowy. The entrapment guy. I really think we have people come here all the time that are feds. I think that they're at the events. I think they come in here under the guise as being an employee, and they look around and they're like, holy fuck, this guy makes me tired. Holy fuck, he's busy working all the fucking time. fuck, we can find something easier to jam somebody up over. Everybody has something if they want you. And if they really want you and they don't find it, they'll just plant it, right? They don't have to find evidence anymore. They'll just put kitty porn on your shit. You guys ever seen one of these? Yeah, there's always feds around, man. You can always tell them because they want to have the machine gun conversation. And they usually show up with a machine gun, right? And you're like, hey, dipshit. And they tell you, and then they proceed to tell you how they illegally manufactured it. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. And they always want to have the gun conversation when you're in the middle of doing 400 other things, all of which have nothing to do with guns. Why do you think Self-Reliance Festival is not... Guns isn't like a part of it, right? The tactical portion of it's just, we don't even like really breach that, right? TAC Response is here. Sonny comes in. We have tons of dudes that do that shit because that's always what they come after, right? Survival. And it's going to be the gun aspect. That's why we don't ever bring the gun aspect up. And when a dude's really stuck on the gun stuff, that's the federal agent. And you told me to get all the Tarzan. Right on, man. Go look at my Instagram page. You'll notice that on my Instagram page, just go look, right? See who some of my followers are. Just click on my follower list. And there's some dudes on there whose last name is Trump, right? I'm good, man. I'm all good. Just talking to a guy about Sean Mills, and this guy started to tell me about all his skills and training and how he can't make it without a paycheck. I make way less, and I'm working to get off it. What's that have to do with Sean Mills? Sean Mills has been out here a bunch of times. He comes to all the festivals. He put up Nicole's solar system. Sean Mills is actually who told me, don't put my solar shit on the roof. The chick who came to Witherspoon's place was a Fed. Yeah, that was a fucking weird one, wasn't it? Super weird one. And she came there from where? From our event. Ghost. My neighbor kept talking about ghost guns, apping if I make them. Some chick was on a podcast and she got roped up on January 6th stuff. The feds watch. Yeah. If you don't side the propaganda, back the blues, support the Betsy flag, Garson, you're all watch. Yeah. Made him look you up on YouTube and told him he needs you to kick him in the ass. Who are we talking about? I was talking to a guy. Oh. Yeah, man, just be free. Just fucking be free. Identify the things you don't want and stop participating in those things. Most of you know what the common denominator in every single problem we have? We're involved in it. We're fucking present for it. All of them. Yeah, most undercovers seem nice and have the same hobbies. They invite you to their house for dinner, and then they try to get you to take one of the machine guns home that they told you how they illegally made. I saw a lady today in the local Facebook group saying, isn't it illegal to have a full wolf in Tennessee? And then goes on to say her neighbor has one and it scares her, and the only thing holding the wolf in is this fence, and blah 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 blah. And of course you've got the know-it-alls that are like, yeah, it's totally illegal to have one. And then somebody's like, no, it's not illegal to have one. As a matter of fact, I have one, and without a DNA test you can't tell whether it's a wolf or not, or it's a hybrid, and what the percentage is, and on and on and on. I actually gave me a little hope. 150 comments in there say 100 of them were like, mind your own fucking business. Is the dog on your property? It's always the dog stuff, right? Everybody wants to, we need a law, and they want to threaten you at the point of a gun with violence, right? They want to report you because they want to bring harm upon you. They want to punish you. And the punishment is animal control comes out, and then a police officer, and under the wrong circumstances, they will kill you, right? The threat of a gun. But none of them want to have the conversation themselves. They don't want to knock on your door and say, sir, I'm very concerned about you having a wolf on your property, right? They want to do it anonymously. That should be human resources, right? When Betty comes into human resources and wants to, file a report on Tom, the first thing human resources should say is, hey, let me call Tom in here. And all of a sudden her story will change. She wants you to punish Tom, but she doesn't want to be involved in it, and she doesn't even want Tom to know that it came from her. And that's how society is, right? If you had to handle your shit. We need leash laws, and we need to get these dogs from Rome. No, motherfucker, you need fences. You need fences. Handle your shit. If a dog comes on your property in Tennessee, you are allowed to kill the dog. End of story. You don't have to make threats. Kill the dog. Shut your fucking mouth. Dispose of the dog. End of story. That's all there is to it. But they don't want to do that. They're not interested in disposing of the dog. They're not interested in any of that. They want somebody else to come and punish you. And that's how everybody in society is. Not everybody. That's how most people in society are. Don't put a power box in your bedroom. That's stupid. I don't know what's a power box. I don't know what you're talking about. Shoot, shovel, shut. That's right, man. Think about all the justifiable homicides. Self-defense shootings, right? If you remove self-defense shootings from the handgun death rates, from the death rates that the anti-gunners use, and suicide, like over half of your fucking shit goes away, over half of those numbers. And then if you remove race-on-race crime, gang violence, you're down to like under 7% death rate with gun violence. It's insane. It's insane. I don't like what you're doing, so I call someone to come infringe. That's right. So what I was going to say, the shovel shoot, shovel shut up thing, right? I'm not saying smoke motherfuckers and dispose of the body. That's another crime, right? When you move the body. But most of the people that you hear about that they're jamming up for justifiable self-defense shootings, they never went looking for Boo Boo LaFufu. The dude that killed that fucking piece of shit reported on himself. California dude lost his CCW for protecting it. Yep. Jonathan Stein, what up? How difficult are gloves? I don't know. Completely different equipment. I couldn't make gloves here on the equipment that I currently have. Watch Dirty Jobs or How It's Made. There's a whole episode on making gloves. Some people actually need to live in HOAs. Yes. Just fantasizing, like so. Dude, you need to slow your fucking roll, man. Come in here, add some fucking value, ask some thought-provoking questions. We can have some conversation about, but dude, if you want to remain here, you gotta change what you're doing, man. When I got 20 dudes on here, like you're a fucking cop, and I have cops coming here all the time. I have friends that are actually good friends that are police officers. You know what I'm saying though. And a lot of the dudes that are like, hey, slow your shit down. I know these motherfuckers. Like this isn't just these aren't dudes. You got 95 people. You got 95 people on here right now on this video. I know 75 of them in real life. Worried about a wolf. Not the hundreds of registered pedos, that's right. Not your 50% body mass index. Move power box from the side of my house to the clock. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Those smart meters are fucking people up. No, he's tough. Tristan, slow the fuck down, man. Slow down. Chill. It's nighttime. Stop eating Adderall. You need some valerian root right now. Maybe some meditation. Cold plunge. Maybe an IR sauna. Just got done rotating my gas cans, filled up vehicles, filled up cans, 30-gallon. Figured first of the year was good times. Nice, nice. Been doing a 3-minute cold shower. Man, I was doing 3-minute cold showers too. Take a temperature of the water. It seemed really fucking cold, and then the thermometer said 60 degrees. I remember they changed the blend of gas in the summer. They certainly do, yeah. Winter gas, summer gas. Old and cantankerous. How old are you, Joseph Roach? All right, guys, I'm at like 5% on this iPad. This thing's going to die. So if it dies, that's what happens. I'm going to jump off here in a minute. So we'll talk for a few more minutes. Questions, conversation, statements, any last minute gear. Add more ethanol depending on the time of the year. Food for convo, grounding, staffs or canes. A lot of old canes had a metal cap. Yeah, look up bells. Look up the harmonics of bells. Look up what humming does to your body, right? Humming, just hum. That's why they hum in meditation. Look up bells and why they broke all the bells after World War I and after World War II. Look up the broadcast kilohertz of radio. Look into that also. Very interesting. Had fun hanging out. Rural, man. Good to see you here, man. I was actually listening to your broadcast while I was doing the dishes in the kitchen, and that's when you started talking about the SOE shirts. That's when I'd actually started to comment right before that. How cold should the water be for cold plunge? I always see dudes with ice. Yeah, 34 degrees is the magic number. Well, there's mental toughness to it, but the physical 9 minutes accumulative through the week starts to burn off the fat, right? 9-minute accumulation over a week, 34-degree water. Wizard staff, yeah, same here. 7-gallon ones on Amazon. Canadian Crusader. iPad battery level is equivalent to Tristan, have you applied for Homestead Apprentice? Have you put your application in yet? change the music. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Wolf. Exactly. Got the nice rugged brown. Guys, you can buy the water cans also from Lowe's.com. And if you walk in, they actually have them at Lowe's sometimes. You can buy the very rugged water cans there. And those are 5-gallon cans, 6-gallon cans. homesteadapprentice.com. Check them out on Instagram. There's a bunch of shorts there. You can listen to that. And then you can apply to the program. That's our program. You can apply to be a participant at homesteadapprentice.com. Screw cold plunge. Move to Texas from Ontario, Canada. .3D printing. I always think I want to get into 3D printing, but it's like, man, I've got so much shit that I bought, never taken out of a box. That's where it would be sitting. I have a big ass laser engraver. It's sitting out in the building in my way. Have you seen my 4,000 square feet of garage? It's a fucking wreck all the time. Gender neutral toys, yeah. Did you ever go down an aisle when you were a kid and be like, oh, these cowboy guns are for boys and these dolls are for girls? No. People knew what fucking toys they were supposed to play with because they knew they were a fucking boy or a girl. If my video uploads, I will be submitting my application tomorrow for Homestead Apprentice. I did have someone ask me if there is a cutoff to apply. Well, you've not reached the cutoff, so apply. Tell motherfuckers to stop procrastinating. If they're procrastinating about applying, they're also probably, that's how they're going to end up performing during the tournament. Should we call it a tournament? I don't know what we call it. I want a 3D print for the Chinese shit I don't want to pay $20 for. Just to be able to prototype, man. Just to be able to... I need these mounts, right? Just to put places. I can really take a piece of 1x2 and just screw it to the wall and then put my GoPro clamps on it. But it'd be nice to be able to just prototype things, right? Or make a piece, a fitting. How do you recommend washing Cordura? Like you do the dishes by hand. Warm water, dish soap. Death match. The battle for survival. It's like, you're fired. Step in my office. You're fired. Experts are coming out. Experts in their field. This is what you did good. This is what you fucked up. This is why you would die. This is why we're going to make an exception this time and allow you to remain. This is why we don't want you on the team, right? These are non-negotiables. You blew all of them in the first 5 minutes. But then again, maybe you allow them to stay, and if they're not fucking the program up too much, maybe they learn something and they walk away a better man. Or maybe they evolve over 6 weeks and we're able to turn them into something that's actually useful to somebody. Yeah, lint and Velcro. I like to use just a long T-pin and just get it down in the hook and it comes right out also. Yeah, he's right about the toothbrush, the stiff bristle brush. No, I don't fucking smoke anything. Successful people, when you look at highly successful people, it's almost more important what they don't do than what they do. No, I don't smoke weed. I think it retards you. I think it slows you down. But my creativity, but I need it for my pain, but I need it. Well, you guys do you all you want. I don't have there's not a weed smoker on my team. And if there is, I don't know it, right? Because he doesn't fucking move like that. If you smoke weed every night and you can pull it off without me knowing, more power to you, man. Your responsibility to be ready for dealing with Fed bots and everything. Weed does, yeah, of course it slows you down. Fuck, no shit. Love to apply, but 6 weeks away from business would be apply anyways. We can still use your footage in the creation of content. If you think your application would be good, fucking put that motherfucker in, man. Yeah, use it as a nightcap. And I don't think most of them even smoke it at this point, right? They've tinctured it or something. I don't have a caffeine addiction, but you can work for 36 hours without it. Yeah, you're not gonna make it, man. You're not gonna make it. When you see all those rats jumping off the ship, never mind. Are the apprentice applications getting a SOE battle cock? We are, yeah, we're putting a package together for the applicants. It's called math. What the Nazis call it? What was that shit they had? Pervitin? Tristan, I armed you with the information. First of all, I don't know how you've been here and don't fucking know about this if you're following my social media content, because I personally share Homestead Apprentice on my platforms. Go to Homestead Apprentice, watch the videos. They're only 15 seconds a piece, and then look at homesteadapprentice.com. I have armed you. I've armed you with more than I've given any other motherfucker having to do with this. I haven't even really come out and publicly said Homestead Apprentice is my shit. I've given you more information on Homestead Apprentice than I have accumulatively given anyone else altogether. Pervitin chocolate. Good soldier needs to start his day. I have a farm upwards of 60 horses at highest point, and yeah, man, fucking that's awesome, bro. All right, guys. I guess the cat's out of the bag. Good night. Sleep tight. Nighty night. Keep your butthole tight. See you guys in the morning. What time are you getting up? I'll bet you can guess when I'm getting up. If anybody has any of those old tins from Pervitin, Amanda's collecting old pharmaceuticals. If you have any old pharmaceutical bottles, especially poison, baby killer, any of that shit, and if I just said some shit and you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? Look that shit up. New podcasts are loaded on Saturday and in the 50s. All right, guys.